Hey everybody, Jim Deedlow here. This is Jed in the Morning. You guys know from time to time that I interview entrepreneurs that come through the Purdue Commercialization Center. Of course, our radio stations, WJOB AM 1230 and 104.7, are located in the Purdue Northwest Commercialization Center. We're going to make a new industry along Indianapolis Boulevard here in Hammond, Indiana, and it starts right here with the folks, some of the folks that I'm going to introduce to you right in a moment here. And don't forget, this is part of our 1 Million Cups segments. That is Wednesday mornings at 9 o'clock here at the Purdue Northwest Commercialization Center. If you're an investor, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneurial student, if you're just an interested person, come on down to 1 Million Cups, and we do that every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Today's presenter is Chris Turner, and he has a very interesting product that he's going to tell us about. But before we get to that, let's go to Chris over here. And Chris, by the way, thanks for coming in.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. It's a real
move
pleasure.
on up to that microphone, would you? A little bit tighter there?
Absolutely.
Chris, you're a chef.
I am, yeah. I've been a chef since I was really a kid. I did it for almost 25 years and loved it, loved food. I grew up in a house that loved food, and that's been my life, really. It has a lot to do with why we designed this, was making real food.
Speaking of design, you look, many of the folks that may be watching have been to Fair Oaks, to the kitchen to the kitchen that you designed, which is top of the line. It has very rave reviews. You were chef there for how many years?
Well, I was the opening chef, so I helped build, I helped staff, I helped design the menu. I was there less than a year, but I was really brought in to help to get it up and going. Sure,
the opening chef, and if you guys don't know what Fair Oaks is a large dairy production facility and restaurant and tourism, and that is along I-65, and it starts with the W.
It's just north of Rensselaer.
Just north of Rensselaer.
It's an amazing place.
It is an amazing place, and you have an amazing product. Tell us what Zofi is.
So Zofi is it's kombucha, which is a ready-to-drink tea that is fermented. Ours is actually non-alcoholic, and it's specifically designed for taste. For those who aren't familiar with kombucha, it's a 5,000-year-old process the ancient Chinese created, and it's been drank for many years as a health beverage. I, again, as a chef for many years, created real food, and I knew that the beverage industry needed newer products that were a little bit more health-based, so I used what kind of already existed, and I designed ours more specifically for taste.
So you have kombucha with a taste element, of course. That's your industry, that's your training, is taste. Before we get to the health benefits, let's concentrate on that taste. You buy stuff in a bottle, and a lot of times it isn't just right, and you can't put your finger on it. You went through consultants, the whole thing. Tell us how you got to the right taste.
So it was challenging, and I faced a lot of obstacles in the beginning. I think that I was just driven, and I knew that taste was so important. Every person I had talked to, I'm like, it's got to taste good. It's got to taste good. I outsourced a chemist and a biologist to help me with the specifics of the bacteria and yeast which exists in the product. And we needed high quality product, and we needed people that knew how to actually work with that. So I outsourced that, and I was like, this has got to taste good before we move forward. Most other kombucha brands, that's not their focus. Their focus usually is health. I knew the health was there. I knew it was going to be healthy. I'm just like, but it's got to taste good first.
So it's got less sugar, and it has enough sugar to kind of give you whet your appetite a little bit. But ultimately, kombucha is well known in the health conscious community. Yeah. So what are the effects of Zofi, your kombucha?
So ours, we know that it has natural energy in it. It has a trace amount of caffeine, which is not really where the energy comes from, and it's actually more of the B vitamins and the C vitamins. There's also a list of phytocompounds in the kombucha, which also helps to energize your body. So when you actually drink the product, it actually makes you feel very alive. With, let's say, a Coke, you usually spike your insulin level, and then you crash. When you drink kombucha, what it does is usually brings you up and levels you off, and it actually helps a lot with focus, and it kind of just synchronizes your body with the way it's naturally supposed to be. It really is a really amazing product. And again, kombucha existed long before Zofi ever existed. Like I said, the Chinese created it thousands of years ago.
There's a lot of people. I mean, we may not know a lot about it here in Northwest Indiana, but around the country, there's a kombucha market.
Oh my God! It's
Tell us
exploding.
about that.
It's exploding right now. So it's kind of doing what, let's say, the microbrew business did many years ago. It's kind of doing what the energy drink business did. Literally, if you go on the West Coast right now, California, Denver, Phoenix, Oregon, I mean, you see kombucha bars. You go in there just for kombucha, and I mean, people go crazy over it over there. You know, we're in an area that's a little bit behind the scene, but I think once people begin to understand the benefits, they're going to really embrace.
We're talking to Chris Turner. He has another one of the startup companies that I interview from time to time as part of my Jed and the Money segment. He has Zofi Kombucha, and you have two types. Tell us about each one.
Yeah, so our original, I call it Love Potion 1. It's the original. It's more of a traditional style. And then we have what I call Love Potion 9. It is strawberry, lemon, and vanilla. And that one, I think, is just really delicious. It goes well with food, really any type of experience. You exercise, it works well after exercise, works well in a fine dining experience, lunch. Even actually makes a really amazing mimosa. So actually works really great as a mixer. Goes good with vodka, champagne, gin, rum, flavored whiskeys. It's really a really fascinating product that has so many different ways to consume it.
So, Chris, you shared with us that you haven't drank alcohol in how long now?
11 years. Over.
11 years. So, you know, sometimes people that don't drink alcohol, they go to a bar with others that do drink alcohol. I mean, how does this fit in? I mean, can you just kind of hold this?
Absolutely.
Or, I mean, is it like still being part of the game? You have something in your hand?
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, again, as a chef for many years, I'd go to restaurants, and I love dining experiences, but I would sit and I'd ask the server, what do you have that's non-alcoholic? And they'd always say the same thing, Coke or tea. I'm like, oh, boring. Kind of lost opportunity, lost experience. So that was one of the things behind the brand. I was like, I wanted a non-alcoholic, sophisticated beverage that had amazing benefits to fit into that segment. So we actually launched, and we've got into some of the best restaurants in the world. And so it's already being embraced.
So how many stores are you in now?
We're approximately about 45 stores, and we're actually in 6 different states right now. And we launched our company in April. So we're finding lots of success.
Yeah, we're here in early October of 2016, so we launched in April of 2016. So here's where we're at. We are part of 1 Million Cups is for entrepreneurs to come in and talk about 2 possible investors, and that's where you're at right now,
yes,
correct?
Yes.
And what do you want to tell people about that?
Well, first off, I'm just going to plug our website if you don't mind.
Sure.
drinkzofi.com. You can go on there and you can actually order the product, which is amazing. You can get it kind of how you want. You can either get a 12-pack of number 1 or a 12-pack of number 9, or you can get a mix pack. And I'll encourage people to go out and check our website out and order product because it's awesome.
drinkzofi.com. And, of course, if there are any investors that are watching also, you are in your initial raise round.
We are.
In Series A. So.
We're actually in our second round.
Okay.
We brought on some investment from the very beginning, and people we actually brought on 2 profile chefs out of Las Vegas, and they love the product and they believe in it. So we've got people that really believe in it. We've got to take it to the next level.
People look for 10x, 20x, 100x. Everybody wants to get the big hit. For you guys to get the big hit 5 years from now, what would that look like?
In the tens of millions.
Would that be an ongoing company, or do you think? I mean, the way that the beverage industry is now, it seems like every third week you're picking up the Wall Street Journal or Business Daily, and and one of the soft drink companies has bought a specific niche brand. Is that kind of what this?
That's exactly what we're looking for. I've had some experience around other big brands, let's say like Coke. Some of the big brands, Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper. These are $100 billion businesses, and they're looking for brands to buy up. And we try to build a brand that we believe that would fit kind of those space. So we have a strategy to fit that space.
He is Chris Turner. He works out of Louisville, Kentucky. And if you want to get a hold of him, it's drinkzofi.com. Last question, how'd you come up with the name Zofi?
Zofi actually is derived from my daughter. Her name is Sophia. She's 10 months old, and in my opinion, the cutest baby in the world. So,
of course, dude.
Cutest baby. So we switched the S for a Z and we dropped the A, and there you go, Zofi. So this is the birthing. This is my third child.
There it is right here. Love Potion number 1 and Love Potion number 9. Let's go it right there. I've already had a number of samples, and quite frankly, I am very discerning. And when I go into to any sort of gas station, convenience store, or even into higher end liquor stores and pick up anything non-alcoholic, it never really catches. I'm sorry. There's always just some sort of a taste problem to it. And I got to tell you that Love Potion number 9 seems to have a little bit sweeter, a little bit more flavor, but Love Potion 1, it's toned back a little bit to me, is easily something that I personally could drink on a regular basis, and you have cracked the code, if I'm able to say that.
That's such an amazing compliment.
And I appreciate it, and I hope you all the best. We're talking to Chris Turner. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You guys have been watching Jed in the Money here live on Facebook. Thank you so much. You want any more of it, go to facebook.com/Jim Deedlow, Deedlow. Thanks for